Looking ahead, the prospects are good for Singapore. But there are dark clouds on the horizon, whether it's revolutions in the Middle East, which could push oil prices even higher or cause problems with insurgency and terrorism, whether it's Japan's tsunami and nuclear crisis, which can affect the Japanese economy and therefore affect our economy, which will be connected to it, whether it's Europe with its debt problems in Portugal, in Ireland, in Greece, and if they don't solve the problems and it spreads to bigger countries in Europe, then Europe will be down and out for some more time, and that's a minus for us because we depend on them for trade and many things. All these are known unknowns, but there are also many unknown unknowns which we must prepare for and expect. What can we do? I think first of all, don't take any chances. Maintain our reserves to deal with the storms when it comes. Have a capable government in charge and be prepared to act decisively when the situation arises. But we can't just be reacting to events. We have an ambitious vision for Singapore, and we have concrete programs to realize this vision, to build on our achievements, to take Singapore higher and to create a brighter future for ourselves. So our manifesto spells out the vision and the programs for the next 5 years to grow a dynamic and diversified economy and create better paying jobs, to improve the lives of our lower-income Singaporeans, to develop an outstanding system and bring out the best in every child, to build a vibrant city and an endearing home, to develop comprehensive services for our seniors and help them to stay active, healthy, and engaged, and with purpose in their lives, to involve all Singaporeans in shaping our future. These are comprehensive programs which are aimed at a better life for all Singaporeans. It means better jobs and incomes, the best education, upgraded homes and transport, and a city for young and old. And it reflects the interests and the aspirations of our people. And hence the slogan we have chosen for this election campaign. Securing our future together. Because you have to be watchful of the dangers, so let's secure the future first. But be confident and determined. The prospects are bright, the opportunities are there. Work hard together, set the direction, aim for it, get there. Singaporeans can be confident that the PAP will deliver on all these promises because the PAP has always delivered. What we say we will do, we will do. And you can trust the PAP. So we seek the support of the people to endorse our vision and our plans, to give us a mandate to serve them and realize these plans, and to work with us to make this happen and make Singapore grow and to improve our lives. But beyond the specific programs, there's one master program where we need the people's support and which is a critical issue in this election, and that is political succession, leadership renewal. The leadership team we have today is shaken down, it's experienced, it's cohesive. We've had 20 years working together. We've known each other, in some cases, 40 years. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses and temperaments. We know what we can achieve together. And the reason there's a leadership team like this today is because we have been building leadership in the PAP over the last 20, 30 years. We didn't do this only in the last 10 years, but 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we brought in people who are now holding key positions in the system. George Yeo, 1988, Lim Hng Kiang, 1991, Teo Chee Hean, 1992. Each successive election, people brought in who make contributions 10, 15, 20 years later. And I think this team, grey hair notwithstanding, or thin hair notwithstanding, we can serve for another 10 years. We're good for another 10 years. But what happens after that? We need to renew and deepen this leadership now to ensure that Singapore can continue to grow and to prosper. We have a good team of MPs too, working hard, looking after their constituencies well. In this general election, 18 of them will be retiring. I'm grateful to them. Some requested me to let them go. Others would have preferred to continue a little while longer. It's not easy for an MP to let go because they have projects underway. There's always something more which you can do in the constituency, and many personal links which have been developed with the grassroots and with the residents who have become not just constituents, but friends. It's tough for the activists too, because you have to lose an MP whom you have got used to, develop close rapport with, and have to start again to build trust and confidence with a new candidate, to find out how the new candidate works, to work together with them, and to build afresh. Sometimes I get requests from activists whether an MP can stay a little bit longer, so that after that, maybe after the next term, let us all retire together. I fully understand these sentiments, but unfortunately it's not always possible to satisfy them, because we need to renew. We need to make sure that we don't all suddenly retire together. Somebody must always be there to carry the torch forward, to play the game better for Singapore. And the need for renewal, the need to build a strong team for the future is overriding. We are not in this for ourselves. It's not for personal satisfaction. It's not for personal glory. But we are serving a cause, and the cause is to take care of Singapore and make sure it's in good hands. That's how the system works. We serve while we make a contribution, and when the time comes, we must be ready to make way, to allow a new generation to come forward. And so I would like to thank the MPs who are leaving and the activists for their understanding, for putting the needs of the nation above their personal preferences, and for their support for the new candidates. The party will thank all the retiring MPs properly in due course. In due course means after the big day. But I would like to mention three of them specifically today. Professor Jayakumar, who has been an MP since 1980, and he served in many key ministries, Home Affairs, Law and Foreign Affairs, and then as Deputy Prime Minister and then Senior Minister, continued to oversee important and sensitive issues like Pedra Branca, like the POA with Malaysia, like the climate change negotiations. In 1984, when I first entered politics and was introduced, Prof. Jaya was my introducer when we met the press. He has been much more than a colleague. He's been a mentor and a friend to me and many of my cabinet members. Thank you, Jaya. I'd like to mention also Party Chairman Mr. Lim Boon Heng, who was also elected in 1980, who fought many battles. He was in Kebun Baru, he went to Ulu Pandan, fought a famous battle there, then went to Jurong GRC, had another famous battle there, and has done a lot to make sure that Jurong GRC is ready in this election. He has contributed in many areas, looking after workers in the NTUC, preparing for an aging society, revitalizing the People's Association, and also as our party chairman and remaining as party chairman until after the general elections. So we owe a lot to Boon Heng. I'd also like to mention Abdullah Tamuji, who came in same batch as me, 1984. So the years have passed, who has served also in many portfolios in MCYS and Ministry of Environment, and for the last 5 years as Speaker, and also as Minister in charge of Muslim Affairs. His leadership of the Malay community, as well as his contributions on the national issues, and his contributions in Parliament, making sure that all the MPs do say what they're supposed to say and don't say what they're not supposed to say, has been considerable, and we will all miss him. I would also like to mention one more person who's retiring, who's not an MP but an advisor. And he's the advisor in Aokang, Mr. Eric Low. He's been our candidate there for the last 2 GEs, fought hard and fought well. And he's worked as hard as any MP over the last 10 years on harder ground to till. He cultivated the chiku trees conscientiously. But he has asked to retire for health reasons. The chikus were not ripe in the last election, but I have no doubt his successors will harvest the right chikus. Many of those who are retiring are here today. Perhaps I'd like to ask them to rise and be recognized so we can thank them properly.